Well, that was a really tough one. Really tough watch. I think it was two things. It was Arsenal not showing up at all, and Brighton putting in an incredible performance. That is one of the best away performances I've seen at the Emirates for a while. Is it actually for a while? Feels like this happens relatively often. Do you know what it is? Okay, the Emirates has become a bit of a fortress for Arsenal. We don't lose many games, but we concede a lot of goals at home, and you can see it. If you look at our away record this year, it's the reason we are where we are. The away record has been fantastic, but the home record, whilst we're still winning a lot of games, we can't defend at home. It's a really, really weird one. And it feels like when we lose at the Emirates, it's kind of a battering. I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm a little bit down and I don't want to use the word depressed about this result, because ultimately, guys, second place is probably what we deserve. It just sucks because we had all of that hope. We were top of the league for so long. 8 points clear. But the unstoppable force of Man City, just incredible. Let's just digest the teams here, and we'll talk about Brighton, I think, for most of this video, because they deserve it. They were absolutely incredible. We went with pretty much an unchanged side. Kivior starting at centre-back again. The only real change today was Tierney starting ahead of Zinchenko. Reports are that his season has come to an end. He's got an injury, but he was in training yesterday. I don't know. It's mind games, maybe, but as if it matters anymore. Just to remind you guys that City only need a point now in their game extra, and they become champions. So it is done, and we already knew it. At least 90% of Arsenal fans knew it was over the minute after, I would say, the West Ham result. I think we kind of all knew, didn't we? Yeah, we couldn't, and the Southampton game. But yeah, I thought we were really poor today. I don't know what's happened to Partey recently as well. He didn't start today, but when he came on, just bad. Really bad. I thought Ben White was just so lethargic and slow today. I thought Ødegaard had some promising moments, and Xhaka seemed to be on it today. Martinelli getting taken off because of an injury, and that was absolutely horrific from Caicedo. I really believe the referee and the VAR team should be looked into after that. That's ridiculous. In my opinion, to not even show a yellow card for that. I mean, it was a shocking challenge. And just moments before, you've got Martinelli taking Mitoma out, and that should have been a yellow card minimum. Both occasions, the referee and the VAR team just overlooking it. And that's for both sides, so you can't say I'm just being biased. The referee in general today, just poor. Really, really poor. Jesus, another game where he does a lot of running. He looks dangerous at times. A few really nice first touches, but ultimately no end product. Saka, another quiet game from him. Jorginho was okay. Gabriel was okay. Ramsdale, at times, I do wonder, do you know what? Okay, he makes some incredible saves. There's no doubt about it. But at times, if you look at the last goal, the 3-0 goal from Estupinan in the 95th minute or whatever it is, the original shot that Ramsdale saves, it's difficult because I'm not a goalkeeper. I'm not saying I could do better, but it wasn't a particularly difficult shot. I don't know why he's leaping at it and just parrying it. Why? If anything, just parry it wide. Why is he just? Maybe I'm being harsh. Maybe I am. Maybe it's completely unavoidable from Ramsdale. But nah, that was poor. Let's just talk about Brighton, because I can round up the Arsenal review today. We were awful. We don't have a big enough squad, clearly, to deal with the injuries we've had. We have to go again. And we will go again. Whether we'll have this chance again with City inevitably spending another billion in the next 5 years, it probably isn't going to happen again, or at least be as close as it was for so long. But it's over. Let's talk about Brighton, because for me, and maybe this is a bit outlandish and maybe a lot of people would disagree with me, but I think if Brighton hypothetically were able to keep this squad together, so keep Colwill from Chelsea, if they were to not lose Caicedo and McAllister, potentially Mitoma. Let's just say this summer, everyone stayed, okay? And they were able to cherry pick a few signings, bring in some new faces. I think Brighton would be a top 4 team. And I really, really believe that because they play so nicely. It's beautiful to watch. And look, of course, that means they would have to displace one of the current top 4. So would they be better than Newcastle or higher than Newcastle right now? Maybe not. United and obviously Liverpool, and you got your Tottenhams, you got your Chelsea. I just truly believe with De Zerbi and how they play, I mean, it was beautiful, wasn't it? And that's kind of frustrating to admit because we saw it against us today. But every time I've watched Brighton in the last few weeks, in the last few months, I mean, if you exclude that game against, was it Everton 5-1 or something? It was ridiculous. But there's something about the way Brighton play from the back. It's very smart. If you really put everything down to one pivotal moment every time that they get the ball and pass it forward, it's Dunk. Dunk gets the ball and he stops. Trust me, okay, it sounds so stupid, but this is genuinely what I've noticed every time they play. Dunk gets the ball, whether it's from Steele in goal, whether it's from Colwill or Stupinan, whoever, and he will literally put his studs on the ball and stop. And what that does is that entices Arsenal or whoever they're playing to come forward, and you hear it. I mean, again, I feel like I'm just sitting in my office and I'm talking about what I've seen, and I'm no expert, but you hear people like Gary Neville on commentary saying, yeah, Arsenal aren't doing well here. They're not closing down enough. And, you know, if you get someone like Kivior really pushing forward, he literally said this at one point, that Kivior should be pushing really high up the pitch. And I'm sitting there thinking, I disagree so much with that. Do you know how insane that is? To me, and again, I'm probably wrong, so it's fine. It's just my opinion. But that is what Brighton want you to do. That's the whole point. That's why they have Dunk or whoever the case may be. Just stop. Literally foot on the ball and wait for Arsenal or whoever they're playing against to come forward. The moment a centre-back peels forward as well, bang, over the top. Gone. Mitoma in behind. They hit you so hard with these little... Basically, right, they knock the ball forward every time through the centre and then it goes out wide. It's like a straight forward, side. Straight forward, side. And it just completely takes out 4 or 5 players. And all of a sudden, you're getting overloaded, and you've got incredible players like Mitoma who are electric, so difficult to tackle. New signing in Cisco, or however you say his name. Incredible talent. McAllister being able to pick out these passes, a World Cup winner. And then you've got, in my opinion, not the most exciting and incredible choice of strikers, but very good players in Ferguson or Welbeck or Undav. And of course, they're getting Pedro in from Watford. But I'm telling you, if Brighton had a 50+ million pound striker this season, they would be in the top 4 because the amount of goals they would have. Again, maybe I'm just in over my head here. It's been a long week. I've had a really rough week of just feeling so unwell. Ellen's got it now. It's been a rough week, and I was just hoping that maybe Arsenal could do me a favour and just end the week on a happy note. But I was really, really upset with that performance, just because of the fact that we've now, obviously it was already done, but we've just handed it to them. It's just like, yeah, go on then. A point against Chelsea is all they need now. And it's like, okay, well, let's say Chelsea pull off an absolute miracle and beat them. They'll just get the win or the draw or whatever in the next game. It doesn't matter. It's completely over now. And now I'm just thinking, what's the point in, you know, going to Nottingham Forest and putting in a proper performance and finishing well against Wolves? Because it just feels so pointless now. If anything, I'd rather see players like Nelson start. I really want him to sign a new deal. So if that means playing him in the last 2 games, go for it. Let's see Nketiah given another chance. And yeah, and you know, when it gets to this part of the season, when you feel like it's over, now all I can think about is, what are we going to do in the summer? What moves are we going to make? Caicedo today played better than anyone on our side. I mean, are we going to grab him? Declan Rice is who I really want. Can we get Declan Rice in? And then I'm thinking we need a centre back, we need a right back. I mean, if we're going to have injuries again next season, I mean, ultimately that is, I think, the biggest cost to our season. It's injuries and lack of experience and not having enough squad depth to cover for Saliba, Tomiyasu. But this window is so important. It really is. It's going to cost a lot of money to get to City's level. That's football these days. And it sucks that we're up against such a machine. You know, if you look throughout the years, I think I want to say at least half of the Premier League titles in the last 20 years, we would have had enough points here to have won it. You know, it's just so coincidental that, and it's the same with Liverpool. They've done so well over the years to match Man City as well. But you've just got this machine. They are just a machine. And we've just come short. But it is what it is. And I'm sorry for waffling and not really showing much stats, but I think it's pretty clear to see that today we were beating at our own game, really. The way that Brighton kept the ball and played it around, it was really pretty. It was very nice. We can have a look at the table here. And here is confirmation. Excuse me. We are 4 points behind and we've got 2 games left. City have 3 games. 1 point is enough. You know, we can only finish on 86. We're 20 goal difference behind. It is done. And you know what? I know this is going to sound really bad because I'm a huge Arsenal fan, but in a way, I'm so happy for Brighton because I genuinely think they deserve top 5. I would absolutely love it if somehow they can finish ahead of either Liverpool, Manchester United, or Newcastle. I don't know if that's going to happen. And of course, Tottenham are out of the Champions League. That can't be done. So they're close. They really are. Brighton, such a shame they didn't beat Everton because they would be on 61 points right now, which is it's incredible. Yeah, let's all laugh at Tottenham, though. No Champions League football for them. We are the only team from London in the Champions League next season. Of course, Southampton were confirmed relegated yesterday after their loss to Fulham, so they are done. It's going to be a very interesting few games. I think Leicester, you know, with that game in hand, if they win their next game against Liverpool, tough one, but they'll go into 17th place, and that would mean Leeds and Everton right down in trouble. It's going to be so fascinating, isn't it? I think Nottingham Forest will be fine. I think even if we beat them, West Ham and Bournemouth are safe. I don't think Wolves are going to drop in. So I think it's going to be Southampton, Leeds, and Leicester. I think Everton might just be okay. I don't know, though. It's going to be a really, really interesting one to watch. And here is confirmation of our last games. Nottingham Forest next Saturday, and then we finish with Wolves at home. And I really, really wished and hoped all those months that this game against Wolves would be the moment we win that and lift the title. But deep in my head, actually not that deep in my head, because I've always said this, but I didn't really ever believe we would do it. And that sucks. But I'm an Arsenal fan. I'm used to this. We're not title winners. We haven't been anywhere near it for so long now. And this was such a great season. It was. It still goes down as a huge success. The problem is we've come away with nothing. There's no trophy. Unfortunately, second place isn't something you really remember. But we just go again. Hopefully we can strengthen in the summer. We just go again. Realistically, though, we just need Man City to be taken to trial. And, oh, look, we finished first place, really, because, you know, City would get removed, DQ'd, DNF'd, did not finish the league. I mean, you never know. We could be looking back in a couple of years' time and saying we won the league because City weren't allowed to win it. Who knows? There's a lot of charges on City at the moment, a lot of talk. It's not ideal, is it? But second place, we have to deal with that. Thanks for watching, guys. 2 more Operation Arsenals to go. And I'm going to say it now because I have been working on it in the background. It's nothing's set in stone yet, but this might not be on my channel for long. I am thinking of making another channel which is devoted to all football. So Operation Arsenal would be moving. Let me know your thoughts if you've got any ideas for names. But like a football channel, something new, maybe a podcast. I don't know. Just exploring ideas, but I'll see you in the next one.